In this video, I'm going to show us how we can add animated platforms that move around. To make our moving platform, I'm going to start by duplicating the platform that we made in the last video. So I will right click on the platform and press duplicate. Now I'll get my move tool and I'm going to move the new platform to this position here. So now my new platform is in position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my platform 2, I'm going to right click, add a child node and look for an animation player right here. So we'll add this animation player. Now this is a node that we can use to add animations. With the animation player selected, I'm going to click on animation here, press new, and I will just call this move. Click OK. Now in the bottom here, we have our animation toolbar window. So we can see here the full length of our animation, which is currently set at 1 second. That's what this value here is for, where our animation will last for 1 second. And this gray highlighted area, it shows the length of the animation, where it starts, where it stops. So when the animation player is selected, you'll see that in the inspector on the right, we now have these little key icons everywhere. And we can use these to set a keyframe value for all of the different properties in an inspector. So actually, if we go to our platform 2, then you'll see that these keys are still here. Now, within the platform 2's transform, what we're going to do is we're going to set different keyframes for the position of the platform. So as my platform is currently set in position, it is at 565198. That's its X and Y position in my game world. So in my animation toolbar, I want to make sure that I'm currently set at the very beginning, so 0, the beginning of my animation. And at the beginning of this animation, I want to set a keyframe for my platform's position. So I just click on the key next to where the position is and just click create. Now what this means is at the very start of this animation for the platform will start at this position. With the starting position for our platform set in the animation, we now want to get the platform to move. So we need to add another keyframe, but for where our platform should move to. So I'm going to drag this timeline just to the 1 second mark for now. Now I can drag my platform. So I want my platform to come to the other side, which means I want its X value to change, but I actually want it to stay in the same position on the Y axis, meaning I don't want the platform to be down here or up here. I want it to be here along the same part on the X. So when I left click on the platform, if I hold the shift key as well, that's going to snap my Y position so that I don't end up changing the Y position when I drag it. So I can drag it over to the next position, which is roughly here, that's fine. And you can see our animation still set at 1 second. I'm going to press the new keyframe value. And now if I drag this animation, you can see that what we've got is we start here and we end up here. We can actually hit play and it goes across. Now, we obviously want this to bounce back and forth. So to do that, we can come over here and we can press this loop button. Now we press it once, but then press it again. Now if I run my animation, it bounces back and forth. The last job is to press the autoplay button to make sure that this animation plays when the game loads. And if we now run the game, you can see up there that my animation for the platform is running. However, I think that animation's a bit too fast, so I'm going to go to my animation player. And over here on the right hand side where we saw the length of the animation, I'm going to increase this to 4, so 4 seconds. And I will drag my keyframe for the final position all the way to 4, and I will go try that now. This looks a little bit better. It might be too slow for some. You can feel free to adjust the value, of course, of your animations for yourself, but we can jump on this and it will carry us across to the other side. Hooray! The last thing we'll do is we'll just do a little bit of tidy up in our scene over here. So if I right click on the level to add a child node, I'm just going to add a plain node here. All I want to do with this is I'm going to select my platforms and drag them inside of this new node to keep them organized. And I'm going to rename this to platforms. So that way, if I was to add loads of platforms to my scene, they wouldn't clutter up this view over here and they would be nice and neatly stored inside of this platforms node. And that's it for adding animated platforms.